I won't go too long on this one today. This is coming from YouTube. The question is, let me make this a little bit bigger here. It says, first off, Bruce, you're an invaluable resource. Your study tips are something that I'm going to try. I feel like I have good study techniques, but it seems like yours will be helpful. And they said, I've been unsuccessful at passing the CISSP, and I was going to ask you for some tips on preparation for the test, but I think knowing how to study and take notes the way you suggested is going to be helpful. Thanks for the information. All right. Yeah. So what they're referring to is, I was just mentioning on a separate video that he's talking about that my memory is not great, right? I am not the sharpest tool in the shed by any stretch of the imagination. I don't pretend to be, to know everything. I barely know anything, right? I'm a one-trick pony. I know cybersecurity, NIST 853. That's about it. That's about all I know. So, I have experience in cybersecurity. I've done many different things, so I do know some things. But what I mean is, when I'm studying, I'm good at tests, but only because I know how to study, right? And what I was saying is, here's how I study. What I'll do is I'll take the book. I'll take a prime. What's really important is have a really good resource, like a official guide, or if you have a website, or if you're going through a course or a boot camp or whatever you're doing, have a really good source, right? Source material is super important. But what I'll do is, as I'm going through the book, you can't memorize the whole book, right? You want to kind of slim it down. So as I'm going through, I will write down the main points of that chapter or that paragraph. Like, for example, if I was reading an official book on NIST 853 controls, or NIST risk management 37, and I had to memorize the 6 steps, I would put on one side, I'll split a page into 2 parts. Put a line, write down college ruled paper, any kind of paper, right? Printer paper, whatever. And I write it down because I just remember things better when I write them. That's another thing. You should know your learning style. Like, that's really important. If you learn things better by audio, then listen to audio books. Like, listen to or read it to yourself and then listen to it, right? If that's how you learn, then yeah, learn it the way you got to focus on the way you learn. If you learn by reading, read it. If you're a more visual learner, you probably want to read a book or something. For me, it's visual and it's tactile, so I need to write it down. So what I'll do is I'll write down on a sheet of paper, I'll split it down the middle, write this down. Like, let's say it was talking about the 6 steps, and it goes through all these different steps, and I need to memorize them. So I'll write on this side what it is. There's 7 steps for the NIST risk management framework process, and then I will write down on this side what the actual answer is, right? And the reason why I do this is because I'm studying my notes. My plan is to study my notes. So I will take the notes and then close the book. When I'm done with the book, I've got all the material I have. I've got copious notes. I'll study my notes. I'll focus entirely on my notes. And the reason why I split it down the middle is because I'll fold the page so I can recite to myself what the answer is. I'll have keywords on one side of the paper over here. I'll have keywords over here. And then I will test myself. I'll answer these questions myself to see if I can get it right. That's what I'll do. And I'll just keep doing that over and over again until I memorize it. And then I'll go through the whole book. Like right here, what I did was I said, okay, what are the 7 steps? It's prepare, categorize, select, implementation, and so on and so forth. Then I'll take this one, prepare. Okay, how can if I really need to know this one? Another thing I do is, if I already know it, I'm not going to write it down, right? I'm not going to write. I might have like a little jot some notes a little bit, but if I already know it, I'm going to go to the stuff I don't know, right? If I don't know it off the top of my head, if I can explain it to my mom what it is, right? My mom's she's not in IT, she's not in cybersecurity. So if I can't explain it to a layman in my own, if I can't paraphrase it, then I feel like I don't know it. So if I know it to where I can explain it to someone else, then I know it. And easily, not using a bunch of jargon, like explain it to them in a way that they'll understand it. And then I'll take this concept here and break it down even further. What is the prepare step? And then it breaks down what that is. And so I can memorize this. I fold the paper in half when I'm ready to actually practice myself. And then I'll see if I memorized it. And I'll just do it over and over again, repetitiously, till I know I have it.